Hello people, a Britball guy has returned to take you through the second week of action from the league. First of all, some news. Congratulations to Hertfordshire University Hurricanes for winning the University League final on Saturday. Also, congratulations to the Blitz, who've gone through to the quarterfinals after winning their EFL game against the Spanish champions, the Pioneers. So, this weekend has seen the Crewe Railroaders returning to the league. We'll also see how the games in the Premiership South went later as well. So without further ado, let's dive straight into divisions again. You Premiership guys, you will have a bit of a wait because I am doing this in reverse order. So, to Division 2 North, the Carlisle Border Reivers are looking to recover from the beating from last week with a win against the Clyde Valley Blackhawks. The Blackhawks had an inconsistent season last season, posting numbers of 5 and 5. The reports of rain and hail could have contributed to the reasons why this game seemed to be a bitty affair, with referees getting good use out of the yellow flags. Penalties costing both sides, it seems. The Blackhawks were the first to score, making it 3-0 for a field goal. A touchdown from the Blackhawks ended the half 0-9. The second half was still action-packed, with the Revere's defence unable to cope with the Blackhawks' offence. The score eventually ended up being 23-0 to the Blackhawks. So to Division 2 East, with the Maidstone Pumas taking on the Milton Keynes Pathfinders. The Pumas needing to score after a 14-0 loss to Watford Cheaters last week. The Pathfinders looking to start a run of form after they came from behind to beat the Centurions in their Week 1 game. Sadly, I don't have any information on this one other than the final scores, 14-7 Pathfinders. The Pathfinders starting to produce a consistency, but the question remains, can they maintain it? The Pumas' defence seeming tighter than last season, and they have started scoring, which is a bonus. Okay, so the second game in Division 2 East, the Watford Cheaters versus the Colchester Gladiators. The Watford Cheaters with a shutout last week, looking to start building some momentum. The Gladiators, after throwing away the lead in the first game against the Pathfinders, will be trying to kickstart their season. Sorry to say again, unable to bring you anything but the scores in the quarters for this game. First quarter, neither defence giving away anything as it was pointless. Second quarter, and the Cheaters ran in a touchdown, scoring extra point to make it 7-0 at the half. Third quarter, the Gladiators scored but missed the extra points. A field goal in the fourth, and the Cheaters wrapped that one up. Final score 10-6. Now to Division 2 Central, which kicked off proper this weekend, starting with the Lincolnshire Bombers versus the Chester Romans. The Lincolnshire Bombers giving a DC presence a welcome to the league presence of a 17-6 beating in the Week 1. The Chester Romans with a 5-5 season last year, wanting to make an impression on their first game. Okay, first the Bombers score from the opening drive of the game, 7-0 Bombers. Romans hit back with a field goal, making it 7-3 at the quarter. Bombers get another touchdown, extra point is good, 14-3 Bombers. Romans strike back with a touchdown, getting the 2-point conversion, 14-11 Bombers. Another Bombers touchdown makes it 21-11. The Romans get a touchdown to make it 21-17 Bombers. Romans pulling it into the lead with yet another touchdown, 21-23. A safety left the half-time score, 21-25 Romans. The second half, and it was all one-way traffic, 21-33 Romans with a touchdown and 2-point conversion. Another touchdown in the fourth made the final score 39-21 Romans. The other game in Division 2 Central saw the return of the division champions of the inaugural season of the now debunked United Kingdom American Football Association League, losing in the playoffs to the Dunstable Cowboys, winning this in 1986, finally folding 1990, 2012, and the Crewe Railroaders have returned to South Cheshire and are facing local rivals Staffordshire Surge. The Staffordshire Surge have found it tough over the last couple of seasons, struggling for consistency. This not made any easier by defections to the Railroaders. Okay, 3 seasons in one, hail, wind, rain and sun all playing a factor in the reasons why the first half remained scoreless. Third quarter, and the Railroaders opened scoring through a rookie and replacement quarterback Chris Wainman found receiver Dan Radcliffe. Interceptions cost the Surge. The veteran quarterback Richard Large pass finding Joe Hickey. He wasn't able to make it to the end zone. That was left to Tom Roberts. A 2-point conversion courtesy of Wainman to Ratcliffe made it 14-0 Railroaders. The Surge did get back into it with a touchdown. The score at the end of the game, 22-6 to the Railroaders. Division 2 West now, and the first game of the season after the Bristol Apache versus the Gloucester Centurions game was called off in Week 1. The Bournemouth Bobcats versus the Cornish Sharks. Interesting fact on these teams, both won their home games against each other last season. The Bobcats coming into the game with a record from last season of 6-4, potentially looking to improve the numbers to give them a chance at the playoffs. The Sharks hoping to better their 4-6 season last season. Low scoring game, this one. Second quarter and the Sharks get a safety, making it 2-0 at the half. Second half, the Bobcats get a touchdown, the extra point missed. Nervy fourth quarter for both teams. The Bobcats holding out and taking the win 6-2. Division 1 North. So first up, the Merseyside Nighthawks versus the Nottingham Caesars. The Nottingham Caesars looking to push on after a victory over the Coventry Jets last week. And they went up against the inconsistent Nighthawks, who last season posted numbers of 3 and 7, which are numbers they would certainly look to improve. The Nighthawks defence couldn't get started right away. This shown by the Caesars punching a touchdown from 5 yards, minutes into the first quarter. They did, however, eventually score one at half-time, but the defence wasn't able to stop the Caesars and putting another 2, making it 21-7 at the half. Third quarter, and the Caesars put together a drive that took 9 minutes off the clock, which resulted in a touchdown, 28-7. This set the Nighthawks exchanging scores with the Caesars. A field goal in the fourth made this final score 39-21. Second game of Division 1 North, Coventry Jets versus the West Coast Trojans. The Jets came close to a comeback against the Caesars last week but ran out of time. The West Coast Trojans yet to play but unbeaten in the regular season last year, only finding their form deserted them on the playoffs. A quick note, all proceeds from the game went to Macmillan Cancer Support, which, as I mentioned last week, a cause the Jets are getting firmly behind. Okay, so to the game. The opening drive of the Jets was short-lived. Punting away, the punt was pounced on by the Trojans. The Trojans quarterback fumbled the snap. The Jets recovered, which resulted in a Joe Brammer finding Chris Hobbs to put them in the lead for 7-0 lead. The extra point was good, which is how the first quarter ended, 7-0 Jets. Second quarter, and Brammer scored a touchdown of his own. This time the extra point was batted down, 13-0 Jets. The resulting kick return put the Trojans into the Jets' 9-yard line, where they scored through Jordan Faulkner. The extra point was missed. The scoring for the first half was finished off with a touchdown from Tony Perkins of the Jets, leaving the score 19-6. Perkins scored again just before the end, giving the Jets 25-6 win over the Trojans. 2 games in Division 1 South and Central for you guys now. Hampshire Thrashers versus the Berkshire Renegades. First off, the Thrashers, who narrowly beat the Kent Exiles last week, a missed extra point, the difference between the two sides. The Renegades, with a 9-1 season last season in Division 2, seeing off the Revolution in the playoffs, they will hope to carry on that form through this season. Okay, again, no match report from this one, so the scores only, and it was a fairly close affair with a 13-7 victory Renegade. The Renegades obviously starting where they left off last season. The Thrashers' luck from last week deserting them. So to second game in Division 1 South and Central. The East Kent Mavericks versus the Kent Exiles. A grudge match if there ever was one. The Kent Exiles unlucky against the Thrashers last week. A missed field goal, the difference between the two. The Mavericks looking to prove a point. They are back after picking up 2 wins all season last season. The Mavericks got a quick start to this one with Josh Adamson finding receiver Luke Jones for a 40-yard touchdown. Extra point was good, 7-0 Mavericks. The Mavericks forced the Exiles fumble. The Mavericks recovered, Adamson finding Mark Hughes extra point good, 14-0 Mavericks. The defences then came into the game, but the Exiles did find a way in through Rob Welling, 14-6 at the half. Third quarter, and Adamson found Hughes again and Felix Harrison twice, making it 42-6 Mavericks at the end of the third, which with no further scores in the fourth saw the Mavericks take the tie, 42-6 final score. So to Premiership North, East Kilbride Pirates versus Doncaster Mustangs. Mustangs conceding this one. If you have any information, usual channels apply. Okay, to the Premiership South then, London Warriors versus the Ipswich Cardinals. The Cardinals were 33-6. Welcome to the Premiership, beating last week from the Bristol Aztecs. The London Warriors looking to start their season with a bang. The only team really threatening the extremely dominant Blitz. And for this one, things didn't get any easier for the Ipswich Cardinals as the opening kickoff was returned for a touchdown. Dwayne Jackson ran another touchdown in it to make 13-0 Warriors after the first quarter. Second quarter and just before half, they make it 19-0. Second half and the rain came down. The defences dug in. Then Jerome Allen passed to Paul Dixon, makes it 25-0. Jackson then scores again, makes it 33-0 Warriors. Interception from Wayward Cardinals pass makes it 37-0 Warriors. Fourth quarter, brothers combine. Jerome Allen finding his brother Marvin Allen. Extra point is good, 44-0 Warriors. A safety, the Cardinals quarterback found himself looking at the sky in his own end zone, 46-0 Warriors. Final score, 53-0 Warriors. Okay, so to the tables, a quick look at Division 2 North. Through a quirk of statistics, the Edinburgh Wolves lead the way without playing a game along with the Glasgow Tigers. The Blackhawks are third, their victory against the Reavers. The Hurricanes remain fourth, the Reavers fifth, and the Wildcats inevitably last. Division 2 East, Peterborough Saxons led the way, the Watford Cheetahs behind them. Despite having played a game more, the Pathfinders are in third. After the second victory of the campaign, Bedfordshire Blue Raiders are fourth, Maidstone Pumas are fifth, and the Gladiators sixth. Division 2 Central, the Railroaders go top with a win against the Surge. Chester Romans second with their win against the Bombers. The Bombers are third. The Predators and the Titans are yet to play, but take up fourth and fifth. The DC Presidents are sixth, and the Staffordshire Surge are last. Division 2 West, the Bobcats lead the way here, but the rest of the division yet to play. The Cornish Sharks are last with a small point difference. Division 1 North, Lancashire Wolverines remaining top despite not playing this week. Nottingham Caesars are second with that victory over the Merseyside Nighthawks. Coventry Jets are third after their convincing win over the Trojans. Revolution is still yet to play. The Senators are fifth and the Trojans sixth. The Nighthawks are last. Division 1 Central and South, Kent Mavericks lead the way. The Berkshire Renegades second, the Sussex Thunder third, the Thrashers fourth after their loss to the Renegades. Spartans and Warriors are yet to play but are fifth and sixth. The Cambridgeshire Cats with the Exiles 8th. Premiership North, the East Kilbride Pirates lead after Doncaster Mustangs concede the game. Everyone else is yet to play. Finally, to Premiership South, the Blitz yet to play since they are still busy in Europe. The Olympians second, the Warriors are third after the mauling of the Cardinals. Aztecs remain fourth with the Cardinals fifth, and the season conceding Farnham Knight last. Okay, so that's it. Another week done. I'm off to prepare for next weekend. I will see you again next week to where the Premiership North kicks off proper. Also, good luck to the Blitz in the quarterfinals of the EFL.